Blessed quietness, holy quietness, what assurance in my soul. On a stormy sea, he speaks peace to me, and the billows cease to roll. Hello there. How y'all doing today, baby? This is Miss Cleotha Parks, and I'm coming back to y'all again. Listen, babies, I tell you, it is so good to be amongst the land of the living, and I always have to take time and thank the Lord that last night my bed was not my cooling board, and my covers was not my winding sheets, and that is truly a blessing. Listen, I want to talk to y'all today about something that is affecting all of us. And I tell you, the way Cleotha think about it, baby, is it really doesn't have to be as bad as it is. But some of these things is out of our control. And, some people call it inflation, but I call it stickflation. And what I mean by that, honey, is you've got all these prices going up. And baby, they just sticking us with all these prices. The gas prices is going up. Ain't nothing going down. The food prices is going up. Bananas used to be 49 cents a pound. And now for even the regular ones, they're nearly 70 cents a pound. And I tell you, something is truly wrong with this picture. Now that stickflation, baby, means that they sticking you at high prices and they really don't have to. Now I tell you, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because if you're making something today and then you make the same thing tomorrow, the price of what it is that you need to make those ingredients back to back, baby, shouldn't go up the way that they're going up. And I think it's because they just doing these things just because they can. Now I tell you, a lot of times it's because they got you between a rock and a hard place. If you drive, baby, you gotta have gas unless you got one of them electric cars. And I tell you, even the price to charge them don't stay steady. You need food to survive, honey. So you got to eat. And unless you growing your own vegetables and raising your own livestock, then baby, you got to spend what the price tag is in the grocery store. And I tell you, this stickflation is a shame. It's a crying shame, because things really don't have to be as high as they are. I tell you, sometimes I try to stay out of politics. I listen to them, but honey, I try to stay out of it. But I tell you, sometimes it really does hurt my heart, to see so many things in politics today that is driving these prices out of control. And I tell you, if I could do an experiment, with the country, I would. If for one day nobody bought gasoline, I wonder what that would do to the price of gasoline. If for one day everybody in the country didn't go to the grocery store, I wonder if that would help drive down the cost of some of these things. These are just things that Cleotha sits here in the chair and thinks about. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work, but I do think about it. And I tell you, one of the things that you've got to be mindful of and do in this time of stickflation is, baby, when you go to the grocery store, make yourself a list and try to stick to it. Don't let your car go all the way to empty, because it costs a lot more to fill it up. And by the time you get down to empty, the gas price is probably gone up. So when you get about around half, go ahead and fill yourself back up. And then it's a little bit less than what you would have spent. Don't go splurging around in, all the clothes and shoes and things like that. Look deep in your closet, baby. There's probably some stuff in there that you ain't never even wore, and you ain't got to go spending all this extra money. And I think, honey, that'll keep us from getting stuck with these inflated costs. All right, and listen, I hope this gives y'all some tips, to stay afloat in this stickflation. And listen, y'all say something nice to somebody. Do something nice for somebody, and I guarantee you, baby, God will surely bless you. Try to save where you can, babies, and be blessed.